Welcome to Home Culture. I'm Anna, and guess what? The Dollar Tree carries vinyl. I know! And I want to compare this vinyl from the Dollar Tree to Oracal. Oracal's my go-to, but Oracal costs about $12 a roll, and the Dollar Tree one costs $1.25 Canadian. So if I'm going to do that conversion to US dollars, to carry the zero, that's like free. And then if I'm going to convert that to, like, say, euros, the store is pretty much paying you to take it. So how does this really inexpensive vinyl compare to my go-to? Now, the Oracal roll comes in 5 feet and this one comes in 4 feet. Still, that doesn't explain the price difference. Let's find out. What I want to do is I want to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to cut a piece 6 inches by 12 inches and stick them on the same cutting sheet, and then I'm going to do the same test to all of it. I want to see, how does it cut, how does it weed, how does it stick, how does it transfer, and then I'm going to try washing it too, and I want to try sticking it to different surfaces. I want to find, clearly, like, I know the Oracle's going to be better. It's my go-to. It's always been better. And I know it's obvious, like, to anyone, something from the Dollar Tree is not going to be a superior product. But are there any instances where you can get away with using a roll for $1.25 instead of $12? My first step is to cut out a piece of each. The Oracle's going to be red, and the Dollar Tree vinyl is buffalo check. Disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Cricut, Oracle, Dollar Tree, Crafters Square, any of them. Well, I'm not sponsored by anybody. So this is just a test of me to see if there's any time you can get away with using some pocket change worth of vinyl. So let's get on to the cutting. Right away, I can tell that the Oracle is thicker. I don't know if I would say it's twice as thick, but it's definitely thicker. This just feels stronger. So that's the difference right off the top. Oracle has cut lines on the back, and Dollar Tree Crafter Square is just plain. So that's a couple differences. I want this to be a fair test, so I'm doing everything at the same time. I am putting both sheets on the same mat. And this mat is new. I've only used it once before. Okay, so now Oracle, Dollar Tree. And when I cut, I'm gonna cut the exact same things on both sides at the same time and on the same mat with the same needle. Everything's gonna be the same, so this test should be pretty fair. On my 2 sides of the vinyl, I want to cut out the exact same things. So let's click on text. Let's pick the best letter in the world. Well, we'll start with basic Cricut font. We'll do that. And everything we're going to need to duplicate. Great, so this is the Oracle side, and this is the Dollar Tree side. And let's duplicate again, and let's pick a fancier font. So 2 letters. One's fancy, one's not. And then let's just do a basic shape. Oh, what's something, not just a heart. Let's do this pointy star and see how well it cuts out the points. I want to find an image to cut out. So I want to see how it's going to cut out between the 2 images. I don't have one in mind yet, so let's see what I've got here. Something, I don't want it to be too complicated, so I don't want to weed forever. I always cut my Oracle on just straight up vinyl, so I'm going to switch it to vinyl. So let's load a mat. And we're ready to go. All right, it's cut out, so let's test weeding. I don't love that it's called weeding because it sounds, well, I guess it sounds right, because weeding's a lot of work and this weeding is a lot of work, so I guess it's fine. So let's start with, I don't know, the middle of the A. Okay, that comes off nice and easy. Here, same thing. The Dollar Tree definitely feels lighter. It's easier to pull off. It doesn't stick well or It doesn't stick as much to the sheet. So far they're the same. Just weeding. Did it cut okay? I don't see any rips or snags or anything. So it didn't rip anything, but let's just take some more pieces off. That really cut well. I'm having more trouble with the Oracal. Because this is tougher, like it's a stronger material, it actually was more difficult to weed. That's very surprising. So this is what we have. One thing I did notice when I weeded, right here, it tore because it was so much harder to peel off. Right there, those two spots tore on the Oracal. Here I completely lost a letter. Did it not cut out? Let me pull it out of the trash here. Let me try finding that. It just stuck, so I didn't pay attention. This is surprising. The Dollar Tree was easier to weed and didn't tear, whereas I have two little tears. So that means I should have been more careful and shouldn't have ripped it off. So, okay, that's good to know. Now, let's start sticking this on stuff. We had a little surprise with the weeding, so yay for Dollar Tree. Now we're gonna transfer. I have just a sheet of brand new, never used Cricut transfer paper, and I have different surfaces. One of them is Foamboard, a piece of painted wood, a plastic lid, and a glass jar. So I just tried to pick different surfaces that we Cricketers, use. So let's try some letters. I'm gonna try Foamboard first. That comes off super easy. And let's transfer it onto Foamboard. Okay, that came off super easy. That was a no-brainer. Let's do the star over here on Dollar Tree. Easy, comes off. Oh, now here is the difference. I pulled off the Oracal star just by pulling it straight. If I do that to the Cricut paper, the stick is just not the same. No, I have to actually grab the points to get it to stick down. Wow. Okay, well there's a major difference. Holding it down. I lifted a little there, but there, they've both stuck. Okay, so that's what happens on Foamboard. They're both on there, but this stuck right away. I could peel it off easily, and it just adhered. This, on the other hand, lifted. So there's definitely weaker adhesion to the Dollar Tree vinyl. Next, I'm gonna try plastic. Comes off easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Let's put that one down. So this is the Dollar Tree again. Again, it doesn't stick. You have to assist it in sticking. Okay, so that one needed some help again. Let's try the Oracle. Ooh, it's lifting on this one side, so maybe I didn't push it down well enough, but it definitely sticks better. So we're gonna say Oracal definitely sticks better, but they both look fine. Let's now try wood. I'll do Oracle first this time. Again, the other letter A, this one's the fancier one. Comes off easy. And it stuck just fine. Came off easy. That just makes your project easier. That's why I say this is my go-to. I just know it's gonna just work. But if this works just as well, you'd be saving a lot of money. So we'll find out. Up, and let's put it down. Put it on, and let's try pulling it up. It sticks more to the transfer paper, it's like the transfer paper is stickier than the backing. Definitely you could not put this outdoors at all, even for a little. I'm sure it just come right off. Now I'm gonna do the glass and a bigger stencil. I'll do the Oracal first because that's the one we've probably most of us have used more. So we're more familiar with this one. So it should be a result that we've expected and seen before. So this is a brand new, very sticky piece of transfer paper. It's coming off predictably really well. And now for something that might not be so predictable. Came off perfect, so that's good. Now let's transfer. So when I try to remove it, it just peels. That little piece stuck down, okay. It's like it needs just a little bit of assistance. I'm really having to hold down every single piece, every individual little letter or line. I have to assist it to stay down. So what did we learn? Well, Oracal sticks much better. If you're using the Dollar Tree vinyl, you have to fuss a lot more to get it to stick on, and then you can still have a little mishap like my Cricut R here. Still looks cute, looks homemade this way, I guess. Okay, so on all the 4 surfaces that I did, plastic, paper, wood, and glass, 4 for 4, Oracal sticks better. But once it's on, the Dollar Tree one does look nice. I can't say that it doesn't look nice, it's just fussy to get it on. Now, one more thing I want to do, I want to try washing this. I want to see because if you did this on a mug, which I've done several times, if you put on a mug, can you get away with using the Dollar Tree one? Will it wash or will it come right off? So let's go downstairs and give it a scrub. Well, nothing budged on either side. They both stayed. I think I should soak it now. Oh. I'm going to leave this submerged in here to see if either of them lift or get damaged at all. This has been soaking for about an hour. Let's see how it looks. I don't know, nothing's budging. And this is the Dollar Tree side. And then, well, let's try pretending we have to clean it. Again, nothing lifted. I'm impressed. Ooh, oh, right there. It's a little bit of, yeah. Okay, it did lift a little. Let me dry it off. Okay, so it did look like a little bit of the Y lifted on the Dollar Tree side. Yeah, it bubbled up a bit. Let me dry it completely. Ah, my hand's stuck. Seriously, my hand's stuck. Whew, okay. Oracal side, totally fine. Nothing happened to it at all. The Dollar Tree side, a little bit of bubbling, but I guess if you just dry it off, it's fine. So this came as a surprise. I wasn't really even expecting to film this, but I wanted to take off the backings. So this is Oracal, and it comes off. This is a brand new mat, so it comes off with a little bit of a fight, but comes off nice and clean, so that's good. I started here, and this is the dollar store one, and it's just shredding all over. Like, this is definitely a pain when using your Cricut. Another test I wanted to try was weeding something intricate. And And right away you can see, this isn't just because it's down by the edge, like this is stuck on pretty well. Not down here, but here it's stuck on pretty well, and it just shredded the little letters, where here, the letters stayed intact pretty well. So this is the Oracal side, and like all these little letters are all here. So I'm gonna try to weed this to show you what this image was supposed to look like. There's no winners in this test. They both failed. And it's because this is way too intricate of an image to be cut this small. I just wanted to see what would happen, and predictably they both kind of failed. It wasn't the actual flower part, it was the words. The little tiny words had serifs on them. They had like the little tails. So when that cut out, it was just too dainty. So that's what shredded it all. What did I learn today? Dollar Tree vinyl isn't too bad. It cuts all right, it's easy to weed, it just doesn't stick as well as Oracal. Also, my Dollar Tree doesn't carry a lot of options. I have this red and black buffalo check, black and white buffalo check, this sort of sparkly gold and sort of sparkly black. But it's definitely worth $1.25, especially for crafting. Like, this is stuck on here well enough to be a craft or some little piece of decor. I mean, I soaked it and it didn't come apart, and that was a total surprise. The biggest drawback I found was how much the backing stuck to the mat. It was a brand new mat, and that could be the reason maybe as I use it more, it won't be as sticky, but I think I need to go to the dollar store and pick up some more vinyl. I'm pretty impressed. Oh, on one of my last trips to the Dollar Tree, I found that they now carry transfer paper. So I did pick that up, but I haven't used it yet. So there might be a future video coming up comparing different transfer papers and different transfer ideas. If you like that idea, you can definitely leave me a little comment below letting me know if that's something that you're interested in. Other than that, thank you so much for hanging out with me today while I did a little science experiment. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, let's weed. I really don't like the term weed. It sounds weird. Weed. Why is it called weeding? I mean, I weed in the garden, but this is weird. Okay. For stickability, is that even a word, stickability? Black, I don't know my colors. I'm totally lost my train of thought.